Hi friends, and welcome back to another episode of Baking Basics with me, your lovely host, Carol Ann. In my last Baking Basics, I was talking to you about the importance of precision in weighing your ingredients. Today, I'm going to tell you how I kind of gauge whether or not a little too much or a little too little of something is actually a little too much or is a big deal in my recipe. So here are my tips and tricks for how to determine how your ingredients measure up. Let's get started. If you are not a math-minded person, then I would maybe skip this video. Maybe this video is not for you. If you're not the kind of person who can easily add 20% to a check or take 15% off of a sale, maybe skip this one. Because this is going to use those very same techniques. When I'm baking, I like to employ a 5-10% rule. So, what I mean by that is while I'm baking, if anything is 5% or less than over or under what I'm supposed to have, I don't really care. That's kind of my green zone. That's my good zone. That's fine. If I'm supposed to have 150 grams of something and I put 154, I don't care. It doesn't matter. That's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, I promise. If you're supposed to have 50 grams and you put 47, it's fine. I promise you. But any more than that, if you have, let's say 10% more, that's going to start getting to be kind of trickier. That's when I kind of start thinking, okay, what am I making? How precise do I have to be? So is it something like macarons where very specifically you have to follow the recipe? Or is it something like cookies and I'm over 10 grams on sugar? That's probably going to be fine. It might change the cookie a little bit, but it's not going to be anything you're really going to notice. Now, more than 10%, that's going to start to get to be a pretty big change. So more than 10% you really want to stay away from unless you're doing it on purpose, you're trying to, alter the recipe somehow in a specific way or something. Unless you know what you're doing and you're doing it on purpose, 10% or more is red zone. So if you're not a math-minded person, 10% is an easy mark to hit. Because all it is you take the number and you take off the last number. So 10% of 250, drop the 0, it's 25. 10% of 50, drop the 0, it's 5. 10% of 155, drop the 5, 15. Or don't drop the 5, it's 15 and a half. If you want to round up or round down, that is up to you. If you want to just fucking drop it, you round it down, be on team round down, drop it, it's 15. It's easy. Easy peasy. 10% of 1,000, 100. Drop that last one, go. Good to go. Good to go. So 10% super easy. If you want to do 5%, do 10%, take half of that. 5% of 250, drop the 0, 25. Half of 25, 12.5. 5% of 250. Boom! You are welcome for that very easy baking/math tip of the day. You're welcome. So that was it. I will add, the reason that I like this tip is because it's not as basic as going, oh, well, if it's 5 grams, it's okay. If it's 10 grams over, it's okay. Because you're looking for 250 grams, 180 grams. 10 grams is going to be a whole lot different than if you're talking 50 grams, 75 grams. Then 10 grams is going to be a lot of that. That's going to be a big percentage of that. So that's why I like to take the percentage versus just a straight 5 grams, 10 grams, whatever. Because depending on how much you have, that's going to be a lot different. My red zone is above 10%. Yellow zone is between 5 and 10. Green zone, under 5%. Easy peasy. You're fine. Don't even worry about it. And if you're not a math-minded person, just wipe this whole video from your brain. Forget you ever watched it. It might be confusing to you. You're like, how the fuck am I supposed to figure out 5% of something? Oh my god, 5%! That's stressful for some people. I get it. I'm not judging in any way. Trust me. There are things that some people do that I'm like, how? I'm sorry, wait, your brain works that way? Mine does not work that way. People's brains are wired differently. If you're not a percentage person, if you're not a math person, if you just don't want to, don't do it. This is just my baking tip trick of the day for how to ensure that your recipes are perfect and wonderful and as yummy as they're intended to be, and that you don't accidentally screw it up. Because it's gonna happen. You're gonna screw it up sometimes. But this is just gonna help you maybe just a little bit. And if it does, let me know down in the comments below. Be sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell, etc., etc. I don't always say this, but I remembered this time. So let me know if you find this tip helpful down in the comments below. Let me know if you have any other tips or any other tricks that you like to use when you're baking. And maybe we can all learn together, grow, and bake some yumminess together. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye! My friend Jackie's in Disney. She just said hi. So I had to answer her. She has a surprise for me. So sweet. She's so kind. Oh my gosh, she was with Aurora. Aurora's beautiful.